in a web page, when we just observe any of the web page, we just find some text content in form of headings, maybe paragraphs or some plain text. Next, हामीले observe गर्न सक्ने भनेको चाहिँ इमेजेसहरु देखिन्छ वेबसाइटमा अथवा कुनै पनि पेजमा हामीले हेर्यौं भने चाहिँ मेबी भिडियोज हुन सक्छ, कलर कम्बिनेसन, मेबी अन लेआउट, fonts, paragraphs ma, headings ma, or generally you can say in text or the background color. So you will find colors in any of the web pages. Next one is the layout structure. Layout structure भनेको चाहिँ जस्तै अब content को placement चाहिँ हामीले कसरी गर्ने, maybe header section, menu section, footer section, then body page section, some block sections. So these are the things when we just consider for this layout structure. Next one is the hyperlink. जस्तै मैले कुनै एउटा पेजबाट चाहिँ अर्को पेजमा, being on the same website, एउटा पेजबाट let's say म होम पेजमा छु, होम पेजबाट चाहिँ about us भन्ने पेजमा जानु पर्यो भने चाहिँ you have to have this hyperlink on your web page. So this means a website is just a collection of multiple web page documents. Moving from one page to another page, then you need this hyperlink. Next one is some animation effects, image sliders, some text fade in and out. So these are some of the animation effects that you can find in a web page. So some of the queries that you might have in your mind when we talk about the web development, let's say web page simply a single page document. In that page, you will be just showing some of the contents, okay, maybe images, videos, some text contents. So this will a single document you can refer as a web page. Website generally it's a collection of web pages. Simple term ma matre मैले बुझाउँदै लगिरहेको छु है. Next one is static dynamic website. अब यो term पनि हामीले सुनिराखेकै term हो. Static भन्नासाथ simply मैले चाहिँ html गरेर पेज बनाए, मैले चाहिँ मेरो कन्टेन्टहरु वेबसाइटको कन्टेन्टहरु सबै त्यही पेज डकुमेन्टमै मैले शो गरेँ भने that will be the static website. Static website को लागि चाहिँ सर्भरमा मैले फाइल्सहरु राख्दाखेरि रिक्वेस्ट आयो, let's say you have some abc.com, मैले ब्राउजरमा चाहिँ टाइप गरेँ भनेदेखि त्यो रिक्वेस्ट मेरो सर्भर abc.com भन्ने सर्भर जहाँ होस्ट भइरहेको छ त्यहाँ जान्छ. त्यहाँबाट चाहिँ मैले रिक्वेस्ट इन द फर्म अफ पेज अथवा चाहिँ डकुमेन्ट एक्ज्याक्टली त्यही सेम पेज त्यही कन्टेन्टै मलाई सर्भरले चाहिँ ब्राउजरसम्म चाहिँ पठाइन्छ. सो द्याट विल बी द नेचर अफ द स्ट्याटिक वेबसाइट. डाइनामिकको केसमा चाहिँ जस्तै फेसबुक चलाउँदाखेरि मैले चलाउने प्रोफाइल पेजमा देखिने कन्टेन्ट र आफूहरूले चलाउने पेजको कन्टेन्ट चाहिँ द्याट विल बी डिफरेन्ट. दिस मिन्स मैले एकचोटि लोड गर्दाखेरि मेरो कन्टेन्ट एउटा आइरहेको हुनसक्छ, एट द नेक्स्ट मोमेन्ट द कन्टेन्ट विल बी डिफरेन्ट. सो द्याट नेचर अफ वेब पेजेस यु क्यान रिफर एज अ डाइनामिक वेबसाइट. मेबी यसको लागि चाहिँ कुनै डाटाबेसबाट चाहिँ रिड गरेर डेटाहरु पुल गरेर देखाउनु पर्ने पनि हुन सक्छ. मेरो डेटा थपियो भन्ने चाहिँ अथवा डेटामा केही मोडिफिकेसन भयो भने मैले लोड गरेर हेरिरहेको पेजमा पनि आई क्यान फाइन्ड सम चेन्जेस. सो दिस इज द डिफरेन्स है. जस्तै स्ट्याटिक मैले बनाए भने कन्टेन्ट चाहिँ मैले जहिले लोड गरे पनि सेमै पाउँछु. डाइनामिकको कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ मैले डेटा चेन्ज भयो, मेरो कन्टेन्ट चेन्ज भयो भने लोड गर्दाखेरि मैले डिफरेन्टै पाउँछु. So this is the difference with the static and dynamic. So next one चाहिँ जब मलाई कन्टेन्टहरु चेन्ज भइराख्नु पर्छ मैले चाहिँ डाइनामिक वेबसाइट चाहिँ प्रिफर गर्छु. जब मेरो चाहिँ स्ट्याटिक कन्टेन्टहरु हुन्छ अथवा मेरो कन्टेन्ट चाहिँ टाइम एन्ड अगेन चेन्ज हुँदैन भन्ने चाहिँ स्ट्याटिक मैले चाहिँ वेबसाइट चाहिँ शो गर्दा भयो. So next one is server side programming language. Server-side programming language, there are various options you can have. For example, PHP, when you just talk about the basic web development, जस्तै मैले HTML, CSS गर्दै गएँ, डिजाइनिङको मलाई आइडिया भयो भने चाहिँ let's say कुनै सर्भर साइड प्रोग्रामिङमा मैले स्विच गर्नु पर्यो भने you can start with PHP or ASP.NET or JSP for the Java. Next term is the database. मैले पेजको कन्टेन्ट देखाउने भने त्यो डेटा चाहिँ मेरो कतै लगेर मैले स्टोर गरेर त्यसलाई रिट्राइभ गरेर मैले देखाउनु पर्ने हुन्छ. So in that case, you will be referring some database, maybe MySQL if you're using PHP. For the ASP.NET, you can use MS SQL Server. Okay, these are other options as Oracle. So these are some of the database that you can use while working with your server-side programming language. Next one, मैले अब पेज बनाएँ, मैले बनाएको let's say HTML page अथवा CSS page, whatever page, okay, maybe JS page, JS को script files हरू हुन सक्ला. मैले लेखेको चाहिँ एकदम W3C स्ट्यान्डर्ड कोड मैले लेखिरहेको छु कि छैन त्यो चाहिँ मैले टेस्ट गर्नु चाहिँ पर्ने हुन्छ. So in that case, you can use W3C validator. You can find some online resources to validate your codes, your files. You just copy and paste your code, or you just provide the link or the URL of your page. Then everything, every validation, warnings, errors, that will be presented while doing this W3C validation. Next one is website optimization. मैले वेबसाइट बनाएँ तर लोड हुँदाखेरि मलाई चाहिँ अब 1 मिनेट लाग्यो भन्दाखेरि त्यो मैले युजर मेरो भिजिटर्सहरु लुज गर्दै जान्छु. चाहिँ मैले सपोज वेबसाइटको फ्रन्ट पेजमै चाहिँ लेट्स से इमेज एउटाकै 5 MB को मैले राखिदिएँ अथवा अरु इमेजेसहरु पनि मेरो मैले त्यसै गरी राख्दै गएँ. Now just imagine for the news websiteमा होम पेजमा पनि कति मैले चाहिँ देख्न सक्छु इमेजेसहरु हैन. त्यो इमेजेसहरुले अप्टिमाइज गरेर राखेको हुन्छ नै. So in that case, कुनै पनि न्यूज पोर्टल न्यूज वेबसाइटहरु हामीले हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ फास्टली लोड भएको हुन्छ. Same is the case with let's say कुनै भिडियोजहरुको चाहिँ वेबसाइट आफूले हेरिरहेको छ भने those videos are optimized on the content level, on the database level, and again on the server level. So this is the final thing. है जस्तै मैले बनाउनु मात्र ठुलो कुरा हुँदैन कि त्यो बनाएको कुरालाई मैले चाहिँ लोड गर्दाखेरि फास्ट डेटा रिट्राइभ गर्दाखेरि पनि फास्ट हुनु पर्यो. So for that thing you need to optimize your own website. So these are some query you might have. Okay, moving on to the next slide. मैले चाहिँ अब टपिकमा चाहिँ इन्ट्री गर्दै छु है. So let's just start with the basic thing for the web development. Generally HTML मैले कुनै पनि पेज कुनै पनि वेबसाइट मैले हेरिरहेको छु भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ let's say whatever abc.com मैले देखाउनु पर्यो भने first thing that you can find is the markup language. मैले जस्तै कुनै ब्राउजरमा चाहिँ मैले के छ त उसको कोड अथवा चाहिँ के कन्टेन्ट मैले पाइरहेको छु भनेर F12 गरेर पनि हेर्न सक्छु. While doing that, you will find HTML tags. So HTML, this is generally used to show your content on your browser. Browser ले चाहिँ त्यो HTML tagsहरु चाहिँ इन्टरप्रेट गर्दै चाहिँ हामीलाई in the form of web page चाहिँ देखाउने हो. So the full form for the HTML, it's a hypertext markup language. So with the markup language, you can also structure some basic layout and the structuring of the document. So in this HTML, you will find some markup tags. The tags written with the angle bracket, less than sign and greater than sign. So HTML tags, let's say HTML, you can find this within small and this bracket, okay. So next one for this tag, you can have the paired tag. Paired means मैले चाहिँ ओपन गरे लेट्स से HTML भनेर मैले ओपन गरिरहेको छु, मैले क्लोज चाहिँ स्ल्यास गरेर HTML चाहिँ गर्नुपर्छ. So that form of tags are the paired tags. You can find most of the tags as a paired tag. There are very few singular tag. One is the break, line break, okay, horizontal ruler as HR. So next one, okay. Let's say in this example, मैले suppose bold गर्नु पर्यो भनेदेखि चाहिँ B भन्ने tag use गर्छु, B open and B close. So this one you can refer as the bold, okay, tag B open, and you will have between this your own text, then this B close. So this means you will have open and the closing tag. This you refer as the paired tag. Okay, HTML document, when you just, okay, observe, you will find some HTML tags, some plain text in form of headings, text, paragraph like this. Okay, next one, HTML documents, you can also refer them as the web pages. Okay, for your web pages to read, you should have any of the browser, okay, just you can open the browser and type some of the website address. This means some domain name, then slash with followed by your web page name. That will do, okay. Okay, imagine if you do not have any browser, then what will be the context? Okay, anything, whatever you view, you just open the browser, you type, let's say, youtube.com. Nowadays, you can open those through your mobile apps. Okay? Before the evolution of mobile apps, it was the browser, which pulls the data and present to you. Okay, this is the general structure. So if you want to start or show your first page, then you need to start with this HTML tag open, HTML tag close. Okay, within this HTML, say I have one tab spaces for the head. So within this head, you have a title, title open, title close like this. Then after your head part, you will have a body, body open and body close. H1, H1, this is for the heading, and this is the comment section. Rest of the page goes like here. I've just mentioned like this. So this is within the comment, so this will not be shown in your page. So this means for the skeleton structure, if you just want to remember, you will have one tag as HTML. Okay, within this HTML, you will have head section and body section. For the head, if you want to show, let's say, title for your page on your tab section of the browser, okay, page one, page, you can refer them as a tab. Then you can show like this, my first web page in the title of your page. Okay, within the body, you can have H1. So all of your tags, whatever you want to present in your web pages, you will be writing within the body section. So like this, in this example, I have just presented with you with one heading tag. Okay, so you can write this code in any of the text editor. You can better refer for Notepad++ rather than Notepad. Okay, Sublime Text, you can refer. Other ID tools, you can just refer Dreamweaver, okay, or the PHP Storm, you can again refer. So some of the tools, better you, for now, you can try with the Notepad++. So next one, HTML elements. We will encounter so many HTML elements. HTML tag again is one form of element. Okay, within this you can have paragraphs. For example, if you want to show any of the paragraphs in your pages, then you can just write as this P stands for the paragraph, and paragraph goes like this. Okay, so now this text will be a paragraph. Whatever you write, okay, this will be affected as a paragraph. So HTML attributes, okay, when we just talk about the elements, it will always be your tag. These attributes means if you want to have, okay, or show some more properties for that particular element, then you need to add attributes for this. So in this example, this A is for the anchor tag or the hyperlink tag. It will be followed by this href. This is the hyperlink reference, href, then equals to the value. This means, see, whenever you click on the text Google, it will go to this link. This means go to this google.com. Okay, so you can have others. For other tags also, you can write additional attributes. Okay, body elements. So body elements, this is within your HTML tag element after the head section. So for the body, you can have additional attribute elements. So additionally, you can have the background color. Background color means your page background. When I just refer this body bg color equals to purple, now my page background color will be purple. And the text color, if you want to show blue, then text equals to blue, you need to add. Okay, so doing this, now you have a background page color of purple and your text color as blue. So if you want to show, instead of your background bg color, then you can also show images. Then you need to use this background, then the name of your image, let's say your image name.jpg. So this is how you can follow. So I think we should also go with some okay. My screen is visible, I guess. So this is the padding for your coding. So I just type body, and after this I close my body tag. Okay, so this is the best thing that you can do. Then title, then my title close. Okay, so using slash. So this is my title for the website. Whatever you will be writing now. Okay, now you can have H1, let's say H1 close like this. For the body, you can have a BG color. Now there's this attributes have been deprecated. Still, you can use. Okay. Instead of doing this, most of these things will be covered with your CSS. Okay, whatever color you like. Okay, text equals to. So I just have this skeleton structure. Within this, I have body. I just added some of the colors, BG color, and the text like this. Adding one. See, I already have created a folder with the name WD, and within this, I want to save my file for this. So just save as. Okay, I have this folder. I just name it as one.html. Save as type for this. I select all types and save. Okay, मेरो कलर्सहरु पनि चेन्ज भइसकेको छ. Attributes are all shown in red color. Tags चाहिँ मेरो blue color मा चाहिँ show भइरहेको छ. So this is my folder. मैले अब यो चाहिँ open. Okay, let me directly open this. So I prefer this Google Chrome. So see, my background color is red and my heading color, okay, my text color is blue. Whatever text you write, say within this body, now all the text will be affected with the blue color. So simply we can do like this, okay? So this is the first program we have written. So now after this, let's move on from the current slide, okay? So let's talk about this text formatting tags. So in any of the web pages, either you find headings or you find paragraphs or you find some text, okay, or you can find this some effects for your text, maybe bold, italics, underline, like this. So for the heading, you can have some variation of headings, that is from H1 to H6, means you can have H1 as the higher level heading you can refer, okay, the bigger one, then H2, H3, H4, and the smallest one is the H6. Okay, these are the paired tags. Once you open as H1 or H2, you need to close as H1 and H2. Then similarly for the paragraph, you'll be using P as the tag, okay, and the P close. Similarly for the font, you'll be using this font open and the font close. And whatever text you will be writing, you can affect those with the additional attributes, with the size, color, and the font face. This means the font name, maybe Times New Roman, okay, Arial, Vardhana, like this. So these are some attributes, other values you can affect for any of the font. So this is something like, say, when you just change the font name while working with your Word, okay, MS Word, you can change the font name. The same way, you just need to write font, then face equals to Arial or the Vardhana. That will do the thing to change the font type. So next one, bold, italics, and underline. You can just simply follow B, I, and U to affect your text with bold, italics, and underline.
Amit sir,
हजुर sir.
यो 40 minutes मा डिस्कनेक्ट पनि हुन सक्छ, त्यसो भने हामी फेरि त्यही आईडी मा लगइन हुनुपर्छ है, स्टुडेन्टहरु पनि.
हुन्छ मैले पनि फेरि गर्नुपर्छ होला नि, हैन, फेरि स्टार्ट गर्नुपर्छ होला नि.
अनि स्टार्ट गर्नुपर्छ. नोटिफिकेसन आछ कि नआयो?
एक्चुअली नोटिफिकेसन चाहिँ आइसकेको छ सर.
त्यसो भए यो 40 मिनेट्समा टर्मिनेट हुन्छ, हामी फेरि रिजोइन गर्नुपर्छ.
हुन्छ हुन्छ. यसपछि हामी एउटा डिस्कसन सेसन पनि राखौँला सर, है, केही छ भने नि यो फेरि क्लियर पनि होस्. ओके. So headings, if you just want to show, say, मैले चाहिँ अब यसरी प्रेजेन्ट गरेँ, H1 to H6 सम्म हुन्छ. It starts from the H1 as the bigger text and H6 as the smallest one. Okay, मैले H1 या मैले यसरी देखाउँदाखेरि चाहिँ H1 डट 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 गरेर देखाइदिएँ. Not necessary मैले डट 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 किन गरेँ भन्दाखेरि, if you need to write some attributes, let's say मैले चाहिँ अलाइन गर्नु पर्यो अथवा चाहिँ त्यसमै मैले कुनै स्टाइलहरु थप्नु पर्यो, those additional things, if you want to do, you can add attributes and its value. Okay, for now you just consider this as H1 open and H1 close. Similarly, H6 open and H6 close. The last one, see, H6 भनेर चाहिँ देखिरहेको छ होला है. मैले तल एउटा चाहिँ देखेन जस्तो लाग्यो चाहिँ in this example मैले चाहिँ align equals to position भनेर राखेको छ यो position can be either left or right or center ओके मैले चाहिँ मेरो हेडिङलाई चाहिँ कतातिर राख्ने लेट्स से मैले चाहिँ लेफ्ट तिर राख्नु पर्यो अथवा राइट तिर राख्नु पर्यो सेन्टरमा अलाइन गर्नु पर्यो भने h1 को यो ठाउँमा चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ चेन्ज गरिदिन्छु है align equals to मैले सपोज by default left मै हुन्छ so you can make it right or center मैले चाहिँ यसरी चाहिँ थप्नु सक्छु so this will position my h1 heading to the right section of the page जस्तै हामीले जस्टिफाई गर्छौं हैन वर्डमा चाहिँ लेफ्ट अलाइन गर्न मिल्छ राइट गर्न मिल्छ सेन्टर गर्न मिल्छ भन्ने जस्तै गरी so in this case you write this command and it will do and show the same effect so this one so in this example say skeleton structure ma hunu parne html cha html close cha head close cha now this is quite clear head section ko kura body bhitra ko kura ho हामीले हेर्ने within this body says samples of the six heading types भनेको छ this is the normal text मैले चाहिँ यहाँ कुनै paragraph अथवा heading भनेर मैले स्पेसिफाई गरेको छैन so this will be browser ले अब normal behavior पनि देखाउनु पर्ने किसिमले नै देखाउँछ this text लाई then h1 भनेको छ level 1 भन्ने अलिकति ठुलो फन्टमा चाहिँ मेरो देखिन्छ then h2 मैले align equals to center गरिदिए level 2 h2 भनेर राखेको छु मैले so this will be aligned to center र font size भनेको h1 को भन्दा अलिकति सानो हुन्छ then h3 comparatively h2 भन्दा smaller हुन्छ then मैले चाहिँ यहाँ भित्र u भन्ने ट्याग चाहिँ राखेको छु this means यो level 3 भन्ने टेक्स्टलाई चाहिँ मैले हेडिङ h3 त मैले राखे नै within this मैले चाहिँ u underline पनि गरेर देखाउ भनेर चाहिँ मैले u भन्ने ट्याग चाहिँ मैले यहाँ स्पेसिफाई गरिदिए next one h4 छ h4 align equals to right then level 4 h4 this means this h4 heading 4 will be aligned to right similarly मैले level 5 र level 6 comparatively मैले level 6 चाहिँ smallest मै मैले देख्छु है h1 will be bigger so this is the thing मैले हेडिङ लाई चाहिँ स्पेसिफाई गर्नु पर्यो भने चाहिँ मैले यसै गरी नै राख्नु पर्छ सो कसैको माइन्डमा चाहिँ क्वेशन पनि होला जस्तै फन्टहरु चाहिँ हामीले वेबसाइटमा हेर्दाखेरि कुनै ठुलो आफ्नै वेबाट ठुलो पनि बनाउन सक्छु अथवा धेरै किसिमको फन्ट साइज पनि दिन सक्छु भन्ने पनि होला है सो व्हेन यु जस्ट कन्सिडर फर html only को केसमा चाहिँ मैले आइदर मैले फन्ट भन्ने ट्याग युज गरेर इफेक्ट गर्नु पर्यो है अर मैले h1 यसरी लेख्दै गयो भने डिफल्ट h1 को सेटिङ जे छ फन्ट साइज जतिमा हुनु पर्छ त्यही साइजमा चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ अब्जर्भ चाहिँ गर्छु है So when we move on to the CSS मा गएपछि चाहिँ मैले different variation मा each and every element लाई मैले आफूले चाहे जस्तै चाहिँ चलाउन सक्छु so you can consider this as some of the limitations with the HTML that's why CSS आयो हैन CSS को केही कुरा चाहिँ ओभरकम गर्नको लागि चाहिँ JavaScript आयो so this is the case okay paragraph same as the heading केसमा भेरिएसन छ this means मैले paragraph को लागि चाहिँ simply p भन्ने ट्याग युज गर्दा भयो not exact है जस्तै paragraph को लागि चाहिँ p1 लेख्ने p2 लेख्ने भन्ने त्यो वेबाट चाहिँ काम गर्दैन for paragraph simply p भन्ने मैले चाहिँ राख्नु पर्यो then p क्लोज चाहिँ गर्नु पर्यो र paragraph ले by default एउटा मैले let's say paragraph मा चाहिँ 3-4 लाइन मैले लेखे भने मेरो लाइन ब्रेक प्याराग्राफ इन्ड गर्ने बेलामा मेरो कर्सर पोजिसन चाहिँ प्याराग्राफ इन भएर अर्को लाइनमा चाहिँ जान्छ दिस मिन्स बाइ डिफल्ट लाइन ब्रेक चाहिँ प्याराग्राफले चाहिँ गरिदिन्छ सम एट्रिब्युट्स यु क्यान एड विथ ए प्याराग्राफ मैले अलाइन इक्वल्स टु पोजिसन यो पोजिसन क्यान बी आइदर लेफ्ट राइट र सेन्टर जसरी हामीले हेडिङमा गर्न सक्यौं त्यसैगरी प्याराग्राफमा पनि गर्न सकिन्छ So in this example, how many paragraphs? Yeah, my paragraph 1 देखिरहेको छु. So this is shown with here is some text. Next was a paragraph aligned to center. So centered text भनेर मैले लेख्दिए. यो text चाहिँ second paragraph will be aligned to center. Similarly, मैले write justified text भनेर मेरो टेक्स्ट यहाँ जे पनि हुन सक्छ फर सिम्प्लिसिटी आई जस्ट चुज टु राइट द एक्ज्याक्ट बिहेभियर हैन जस्तो बिहेभियर देखाउँछ त्यही किसिमको टेक्स्ट लेखिदिउँ भनेर मैले लेखिदिएको भयो p align equals to right means now this paragraph the last paragraph will be aligned to right. So these are some of the special characters. See, जस्तै मैले लेस देन साइन सो गर्नु पर्यो भन्देखि चाहिँ मैले HTML भन्ने ट्याग लेखौँ अथवा वाट एभर ट्याग यु आर राइटिङ यो लेस देन साइन त जहिले पनि आइराखेको छ तर यही लेस देन साइनलाई नै मैले चाहिँ सो गर्नु पर्यो पेजमा भन्दाखेरि देन यु निड टु युज दिस स्पेसल क्यारेक्टर्स एज सच फर सोइङ दिस स्मल ओके लेस देन सिम्बल then you need to use and lt भनेको चाहिँ less than भनेको. Similarly for the greater than and gt, similarly ampersand देखाउनुको लागि चाहिँ and amp भनेर चाहिँ देखाउनु पर्यो. डबल कोटको लागि चाहिँ you can refer as and quote. See semicolon छ सबैमा चाहिँ it should end with the semicolon. Next one for the space you can write this and nbsp. So these are some of the special characters. If you just want to show these things in a page. Okay, some of the colors, if you want to show in a page, maybe in the form of background color or the text color, your possible attributes can be beige color or the color like this. So some of the basic color or the base color you can refer for your screen or your web page, then that will be red, green, and blue. You can refer this as R, G, and B. Okay. So when you just consider for the hexadecimal value, then it will be first two value will be for the red. Okay. Then second two values. Second values will be green, and the last two values will be blue. So whenever you do say FF for the first two digits, then it will be red color. So whenever you do say the middle values as FF, this means 00FF00, it will be full green. Okay, for the blue you need to set the last two digits as FF. It should be followed by hash symbol. Okay, if you want to show your color in hexadecimal symbol values. So some of the thing, let's say for the gray color, you can have all 8s. This will be for the gray color. Okay, similarly for the dark green, you can follow as this 4 like this. Then if you want to show your color with the yellow, this means FF means the combination of all red and all green, the color created will be yellow like this. Okay, so with the combination of this, you can have millions of color you can show in your page. So the base color, whatever you want to create, you need to create a mixture of this 3 color. See, next one is the font. Let's say you have a text. Now you want to add some functions for the text to be shown in your page. Then you can use this font as a tag. Then this font close. Within this you will have, this is a text of line 1. So this text can be anything. And when you just consider the attributes you can use for the font, one is the color equals to red or any color value of your choice. Then size equals to 2. This means you want to show your font or your text within this font tag will be of size 2. Okay. Similarly, face means your font type as Times New Roman, Arial, or whatever you like. Okay, you can vary your size from this 1 to 7. So this will vary the font size. Again, still this is the limitation. Still you cannot go beyond the upper size and go below the size limit. Okay, with HTML only. So next one, say this is something interesting. The first one we just have covered some of the text formatting, either with the heading or with paragraph or with fonts. Okay. Within that, you can also add your underlined text, bold, italics, like this. So that one is all about your text formatting. So you can sometimes also encounter some of the uh, content in your web pages in the form of list, something like unordered list, ordered list. So we can also find this, let's say bulleted. Okay, so your items in bulleted form. Let's say, think of your Word, MS Word. You can show with some numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Okay, so in our case, that is exactly the ordered list. The bulleted list item, if you are showing in your Word, that exactly is the unordered list. Definition list, let's say in any of your book, you will have some definition term. Let's say you want to define the HTML, so as a term, then you write that keyword, then you will define on the second line. So this is exactly what you can show with the definition list. So consider this example. For simplicity, just refer to this only for now. Let me remove this section for now so that it will not create any confusion for you. So now see OL छ. First मैले type पनि हटाइदिएँ. Suppose I can remove this. Okay. This means by default OL भन्ने tag मैले start गर्नु पर्यो. OL चाहिँ मैले close गर्नु पर्यो. मैले list item गर्दै थप्दै जानु पर्यो. How many items you want to show? All of them should be within this li and li close. So in this example, I just want to show 2 items as item 1, item 2, and by default, it will show me in the form of number as 1, 2, 3 like this. Okay. So I just, okay, your type can be 1. Yes, I'm only 1. So this is simple. यसैको ठाउँमा चाहिँ मैले small I पनि गर्न सक्छु. Okay, then my first item will be shown with I, then item 1, then I, then item 2 like this. You can also have capital I. Okay, refer this as the Roman number. Then for the 2 मैले चाहिँ I गर्छु हैन, third को लागि चाहिँ I गरेर राख्दिन्छु मैले, fourth को लागि IV यसरी चाहिँ आउँछ. Next one, you can have a small a for the type. Okay, next मैले चाहिँ capital A, यो पनि मैले चाहिँ refer गर्न सक्छु. So this is for the type if you want to show. Next one, say if you want to start, let's say मैले चाहिँ अब 5 बाट start गर्नु पर्यो. Let's say मैले चाहिँ मेरो type चाहिँ number मा देखाउने. Then you want to start your number, let's say with the 5. Then यहाँ चाहिँ मैले देखाउँदाखेरि चाहिँ your item will be shown like this, 5 dot and item 1 like this. यसरी चाहिँ देखिन्छ. Second one will be 6. So this is the start value. Okay, this is how you can show. Similarly, मैले यहाँ 1 को ठाउँमा चाहिँ I लेखिदिएँ भनेदेखि चाहिँ, then start is 5 means your start value for this will be V, then VI like this. Right? Roman number को केसमा यसै गरी नै देखिन्छ. Similarly, ABC को केसमा पनि मैले राख्न सक्छु my unordered type, let's say will be A, then start value equals to 5 भयो भने चाहिँ मेरो E बाट चाहिँ start हुन्छ, then F, E, F, G गर्दै चाहिँ त्यो sequence मा चाहिँ जान्छ. So this is how you can show any of your list in form of the specific order. Okay, that's why it is called the ordered or the numbered list. So now let's move on to the original format. Now let's think. Anyway, no problem with this. मैले चाहिँ यसरी छ भन्दिन चाहिँ the previous example. Okay. मैले चाहिँ अब यसरी पनि प्रेजेन्ट गर्न सक्छु सी मैले ठ्याक्क सिक्वेन्स मिलाएर देखाउनको लागि ओके सो विदिन द लिस्ट अगेन मलाई चाहिँ सब लिस्टहरु देखाउनु पर्यो भने चाहिँ आइटम 2 छ आइटम 2 भित्र पनि सब आइटम 2 भित्रको सब आइटम 1 सब आइटम चाहिँ 2 गरेर मैले देखाउन पनि सक्छु सिमिलरली सब आइटम 2 भित्र चाहिँ सब लिस्ट आइटम 1 गरेर चाहिँ सब लिस्ट आइटम 2 गरेर मैले यसरी देखाउन सक्छु सो जनरली चाहिँ जस्तै मेन्युहरु हामीले चाहिँ हेरेको हुन्छ कुनै वेबसाइटमा देखेको हुन्छ चाहिँ मैले जस्तै प्रोडक्ट भन्ने प्रोडक्ट भित्र चाहिँ प्रोडक्ट 1 प्रोडक्ट 2 प्रोडक्ट 3 भनेर मैले लेट्स से इन फर्म अफ सब मेनु मैले देखाउन सक्छु त्यही सब मेनु भित्र पनि गएर मैले फेरि त्यसको चाहिँ अरु सब मेनुहरु पनि मैले शो गर्न सक्छु इन दैट केस दिस इज मोर रेलेभेन्ट सो दिस इज सिम्पल मैले चाहिँ अलिकति एक्सटेन्डेड फर्ममा चाहिँ देखाउन खोजेको भयो यो अर्डर्ड लिस्टलाई चाहिँ सिमिलरली अर्डर्ड लिस्ट हामीले बुझि नै सकेका छ भनेदेखि अनअर्डर्ड लिस्ट दिस इज सिम्पल अनअर्डर्ड लिस्टको केसमा मैले चाहिँ स्टार्ट गर्नको लागि चाहिँ UL is your tag okay then for this showing your list item li open li close गरेर मैले राख्नु पर्यो UL type equals to disk छ your type can be square your type can be circle like this so only 3 possible option value you can have for the type then see 1 2 गर्दै मैले चाहिँ यसरी देखाउँदै चाहिँ जान सक्छु then UL type equals to circle for this one yes भित्र चाहिँ अब सर्कल गरेर चाहिँ देखाउने then again यहाँ भित्र चाहिँ 3 4 यसरी चाहिँ आयो again यहाँ भित्र चाहिँ मैले अर्को चाहिँ अनअर्डर्ड लिस्ट चाहिँ देखाउने then type will be square भनेर चाहिँ मैले राखेँ so for now I just want to show with this 2 यही पेजमै मैले देखाउन खोजेँ so start with this मैले चाहिँ सी ओपन गर्न साथ मैले यहाँ कपी पेस्ट गरेको हुनाले मेरो चाहिँ ओपन क्लोज चाहिँ स्ल्याश नट नेसेसरी है मैले यहाँ क्यापिटल लेखेको छु भन्ने पनि क्यापिटलै लेख्नु पर्छ भन्ने पनि छैन व्हाटएभर ट्याग मैले स्मल क्यापिटल यो जसरी लेखे पनि हुन्छ फर नाउ मैले यसलाई सेभ गरे सी 1 2 भनेर चाहिँ यसरी चाहिँ आयो so when you just add one more item मैले यहाँ यो एउटा छुटाएँ so this will be मैले अब यो जति पनि राख्दै जान्छु यसैलाई चाहिँ हेर्न सक्छु so this is disk so you can have square or circle मैले बनाएँ भने चाहिँ मैले यो अलिकति गरेर देखाउन खोजेँ अब सी यो चाहिँ स्क्वायरमा मलाई देखिरहेको छ अगेन मैले चाहिँ अब केही मोडिफाई यसमा चाहिँ गर्छु अल पोसिबल युज गरेर हेरौँ टाइप एज सर्कल गर्दाखेरि नाउ यु विल ह्याभ सी होलो ठीक छ सो दिस इज सर्कल डिस्क विल बी अल फिल्ड देन स्क्वायर चाहिँ स्क्वायर सेपमा फिल्डमै चाहिँ देखिन्छ सो लेट मी जस्ट add this also मैले यही कुरालाई चाहिँ यसरी मैले प्रेजेन्ट गर्न खोजेँ भनेदेखि चाहिँ एक्ज्याक्टली मैले यही राख्न खोजेँ सो दिस इज विदिन है यो मेरो कहाँ छ भनेर चाहिँ यसरी मैले चाहिँ देखाउन खोजेको भयो यो हायरार्की चाहिँ ठ्याक्क मिल्यो भनेदेखि मलाई सजिलो हुन्छ सी लाइन बाइ लाइन उसले चाहिँ लाइन ठ्याक्क कुन कहाँको हो कुनको ओपनिङ कुनको क्लोजिङ छ यो अर्डर लाइन नै भेटाउने गरी हामीले ओपन क्लोज चाहिँ गर्नु पर्यो है मैले यो कुरालाई यहाँ पनि राख्न सक्छु अब यस्तो चाहिँ थाहा भएपछि चाहिँ हामीले गर्नुभन्दा यो अर्डर मिलाउनु चाहिँ विल बी मच बेटर है ल सो यु हेभ स्क्वायर यसलाई मैले डिस्कै गरिदिएँ सो दिस इज यर चोइस टाइप कुन राख्ने यो कसरी देखिन्छ भनेर मात्र हामीले हेर्न खोजेको हो सो 2 भित्र चाहिँ 3 र 4 भयो 4 भित्र 5 र 6 भयो बुझाउन खोजेको यही नै हो नि है सेम केस मैले अर्डर लिस्टको पनि हेरेँ भनेदेखि त्यस्तै नै देखिन्छ so I think this is quite clear so after this we have one more list so definition list for the definition list we start with a tag as DL just the OL for the ordered list again say UL garyo UL is for the unordered list okay for both of this you will be using li is refer to the list item for the definition list मैले चाहिँ DL भन्ने चाहिँ start गर्नु पर्यो DL close गर्नु पर्यो within this you will have one definition term मैले चाहिँ कुन चाहिँ term लाई चाहिँ define गर्ने त्यो define गर्नको लागि चाहिँ मैले tag चाहिँ DT भित्र चाहिँ लेख्नु पर्यो र DT close गर्ने this means मैले internet भन्ने topic लाई अथवा त्यो keyword लाई चाहिँ मैले define गर्न खोजे so मैले define गर्दाखेरि त्यसको definition description मैले लेख्नु पर्ने हुन्छ for that you will be using this DD है अब यसो सोच्दाखेरि याद गर्न पनि सजिलै छ DD is for the definition description यो टर्मलाई चाहिँ मैले डिफाइन चाहिँ गर्ने भन्ने किसिमले यसरी चाहिँ लेख्नु पर्यो okay so this is all about the definition list which is quite simple so यहाँसम्म आउँदाखेरि पनि some text formatting हामीले गर्यौं हैन then मैले text formatting पछि आइटम्सहरु अर्डरिङ गरेर देखाउनको लागि अथवा केही टर्म्सहरु डिफाइन गर्नको लागि भनेर चाहिँ हामीले लिस्ट this means दुई वटा यहाँ भित्रको दुई वटा टपिक चाहिँ we have covered so this is something interesting so can you imagine say website अथवा वेब पेजेसहरु इन्टरलिंक नहुने हो भने चाहिँ के हुन्थ्यो होला हैन जस्तै एउटा point of time मा यस्तो पनि थियो होला मान्छेहरुले चाहिँ वेब पेज भनेर देखाउँदाखेरि चाहिँ एउटा मात्र पेजको इन्फर्मेसन देखाएर पनि दे आर मोर देन ह्यापी स्टिल अब उनीहरुले इभल्भ गर्दै जाँदाखेरि एउटा पेजमा मैले देखाए यहाँबाट चाहिँ मैले सबै पेज भएकोहरुको कन्टेन्ट मैले एउटै पेजमा स्क्रोल गरी हेर्नु पर्यो सो दैट मस्ट बी द प्रब्लम यो भन्दा त मैले चाहिँ कन्टेन्ट ब्रेक गरेर त्यसलाई चाहिँ अर्को पेजमा देखाउँदाखेरि सजिलो हुन्छ नाउ जस्ट थिंक मैले चाहिँ कुनै एउटा न्यूजपेपरै ल्याएँ न्यूजपेपर चाहिँ यसरी मैले पढ्नु पर्यो कि न्यूजपेपरको लेन्थ चाहिँ 50 मिटरको छ मैले यसरी पढ्नु यु विल फिल मोर इजी कि मैले यसो पेज पढ्न पाए भने चाहिँ इजी हुन्छ सो यु क्यान अल्सो रिफर लाइक दिस हैन यसरी इभल्भ हुनुभन्दा अगाडि मान्छेहरुले पेपर मिडियामा त्यसरी त देखिनै सकेको थियो on that note अथवा on that reference त्यसै गरी पनि मैले चाहिँ अब अर्को पेजमा जाने भन्ने कन्सेप्ट चाहिँ at that time those people might have thought right so that's why we have this hyperlink as such in our website मैले एउटा पेजबाट अर्को पेजमा लिंक गर्नु पर्यो अथवा एउटा मैले चाहिँ पेजमा बसेर अरु पेजहरुमा नेभिगेट गर्नु पर्यो भने चाहिँ मैले hyperlink use गर्नु पर्यो or any of the web pages you will find hyperlinks okay in this case hyperlink मैले अब पेजमा लिंक कसरी मैले सेटअप गर्न सक्छु त one is the absolute URL or the absolute link जस्तै मैले एउटा पेज बनाइराखेको छु लेट्स से म चाहिँ YouTube मा छु YouTube बाट चाहिँ अब लेट्स से Gmail मा जानु पर्यो or maybe some case चाहिँ जस्तै Gmail मा मलाई एउटा लिंक आयो ठीक छ मैले क्लिक गरे त्यो YouTube मा जान्छ that you can refer as the external link or the link to the absolute URL okay being on your page if you just leave that page and move on to the other website so that you can refer as the external URL or the external hyperlink so त्यसको लागि चाहिँ मैले सिम्पली a भन्ने ट्याग चाहिँ युज गर्नु पर्यो href भनेको यो एट्रिब्युट त मैले राख्नै पर्यो then where you want to go then within this within double quote you can write as http then your page URL let's say gmail.com then target equals to blank so this is another attribute see मैले चाहिँ click here भन्ने क्लिक गर्दाखेरि gmail.com भन्नेमा जाने this is fine then target equals to underscore blank भनेको चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ अर्को ट्याबमा गएर चाहिँ त्यो gmail.com ओपन गरा भन्न खोजेको है मैले चाहिँ जस्तै target equals to underscore blank राखिन भने त्यही पेजमा override भएर चाहिँ open हुन्छ. So if you don't want your page, original page, to be overridden by some other URL, other pages, then you need to add this target equals to then underscore blank. So this will do. Okay. Next one is relative URL. For the relative URL, you can also understand this as this one. Let me write for you. So this is your external hyperlink. So this one you can refer as the internal link. Okay. So other you can have the section link. So if you just manage to write this thing, let's say section link or the page section link, this will do. So now I just, okay, this, okay, just copy this. I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to go to my about us page. Okay, about.html. Now I also just remove this. Since I am on my own page, okay, on website, I just want to navigate to other page only. Then I can just write as about. So this means when I click on this about text, it will go to my about.html page. So this is your internal link. Okay, next one is your section link. See? So this is your section link. This means you just want to navigate to some section of your web page. So for this, you can write something like a href equals to like this as reference. This means you already should have some reference point defined. This means you already have some anchor name like this. So if you just want to work this, make this code work, then you need to write another with this a name equals to. So this is your, let's say this references. So this is the name. You just code this like this. So this is more relevant. Say you find some web pages, you just scroll down, let's say to the bottom, and you'll find some arrow showing go to top like this. This means when you click on that arrow, it will move to that section of the pages. This means you already defined your named anchor like this, a name equals to top. And then wherever you write a href equals to has top, then it will go to top of that page. This means that section of the page. So that's why it is called the section link. So you have only this category of hyperlinks. You can also bundle this with, let's say, your internal page or whatever, external page, okay? You can also show with the hash like this. You just want to go to another page, and for that page on that particular section, then you need to refer or write as this has a reference like this, okay? So this is showing for the external website and its section. If you want to manage this for your own website, let's say you want to go to the about page, okay, .html, then has reference, this will do. Go to about.html, and in this page again, put your cursor, show your navigation to the reference section. So this is it, all about the hyperlink. Okay. So if you just want to remember for the hyperlink, say external link, okay, moving from your page to the other's page or the other's website. So this is called the external hyperlink. Internal means, let's say you have your website, then from one page to another page, if you just want to move, then it will be called the internal link. Next one, your section link means you are on, let's say, page 1, and you just want to navigate to the particular section of the page 1, then that will be the section link. So these are the 3 categories of the hyperlink. Wherever any of the website you just visit, okay, you will find only this category of hyperlinks. Okay, now this will be much clear. Naming a section, if you just want to name, you need to write like this: a name equals to this has reference or references. So this means naming, users need to write the name for the section. Then only you can call the hyperlink reference through some hyperlinks. Whenever you click on some text, then you need to call this reference. So this is how you can do. Next one, say. So this is simple, see. When I just click on this Pascal National College, this text, okay, I will be redirected to the Pascal College, pascalcollege.edu.np. So this is the hyperlink reference. So this is how you can show the hyperlink. So another thing, see, if you want to show your web page, just showing text will be boring for your visitor. So it's better you show some meaningful images. So in order to show images, you need to use img as tag, okay? Then some other attributes for the images, you need to refer as the src. Src, this is actually the source or the source path with your image name. Okay, one is important attribute is source, other is width and height for the image. So width equals to 100 pixel or height equals to 100 pixel, you can show like this, or you can also show with some percentage value. Let's say height equals to 50 pixel like this. Then, so width and height, this you will be using to scale up for the images that you want to show, okay? So better you show your image on proportional way. This means, let's say width equals to 500 pixel. This means whatever image you will be showing, your width will be 500 pixel and your height will be adjusted accordingly. If it's just so width equals to 500 pixel, then height equals to pixel, 500 pixel, then you will have some square images. If your actual image resolution is in a square format, then it will be fine. Otherwise, your image will be distorted. So better you show your images with the appropriate resolution for the height and width. So better you always either go with the width or go with the height while showing some images. Or you need to do some Photoshop things for your images. Okay, for the example. So this example, say, img, this is your tag. If you want to show image in your web page, then src, this is the source, dolphin.jpg. This means, let's say the name of this page, web page is, let's say, image test.html. So img src equals to dolphin.jpg means you are actually referring this image, assuming that this image is already within the same folder that I have this page in the particular folder. Okay, then width is 150 pixel and height is 150 pixel. By default, if you do not specify any px as the unit, pixel unit, then it will refer as the pixel unit. Okay. So width of this, height of this means you are just trying to show this dolphin.jpg image in square format. Then align equals to left means your images will be on the left. Then text, see whatever text after this is an image on the left, this is an image on the left. So all of these text with a line break BR. So this will be the line break. This will be shown at the right side, okay, image at the left. If you do not specify this aligned to left, then you cannot adjust images and your text on the horizontal context, okay. Let's do one example with the images. Now I just copy the whole thing. Let me replace the codes. For now, I just want to remove this. Okay, see, images like this. Let me find the image. Okay, I just find some images. Okay, let me just. I just copy this. So this is my folder. I just paste it here, and I just rename this as dolphin for now. The image name can be anything. Okay. So this is my dolphin.jpg. So same name. See, this one.html, this file, and this image file. This is within the same folder. So this is the relative path. Okay, I just save it. Let me load. See, this is my image. This is an image on the left. So now just try with this. The basic thing, see, I just want to remove the whole thing, and I have text. Fine. Okay, let me just save. See what is the effect. I have my images, okay, of its actual size, and the text are below the images. So now let me just remove this align, and this alt we will try later. So what will be the effect? See, I have image, okay. So this is how your text is shown. Images, you are not showing your image to be aligned to left. So if you align this, let's say align to left, it will show you like this. Image as left and your text at the right side. You can also align this to right. So when I just do this, okay, at the right side you have the images, then your text at the left. So this is how you can do. Okay. So one more thing, see, let me just change the name for this image. Let's say dolphin 11 like this. So actually my file name is dolphin.jpg, but I rename this as dolphin 11. So what will happen? Let's see. Now see, ALT. Whatever text you have written, this is shown. It will be much better. No image found like this. So now this is fine. See, whenever your image path, your image name, this could not be found, then it will show whatever text you have written within the ALT. This means the alternate text. Okay, alternate text if you could not find this image. So this is how you can show. Okay. Align this to left, which is fine. I've also tried to show the correct name. Okay, so this way also you can show using H space, V space like this. If this is required, you can add, otherwise not required as such. Okay, this will show some effect. This means for the image you are, see, vertical space of 100 pixel, this one. So this is the thing that you can do with the images. For the images to show, the mandatory attribute is the SRC, okay, source. Then the others are optional. If you just want to show your images with some height, width like this, then you can refer height with some units and pixel. So instead of this, you can also refer, let's say 150, you can show as 50%. Or you can also just show some. See, for now, the images seems to be distorted. Okay, image पस्केको जस्तै देखिरहेको छ. Now, अहिले ठिक छ, प्रोपोर्सनली उसले आफैले मिलाइसक्यो. जस्ट मैले हाइट मात्र राख्दाखेरि एच स्पेस भी स्पेस पनि चाहिँदैन भन्ने नराख्ने. जे गर्दा क्लिन हुन्छ, राम्रोसँग देखिन्छ, त्यही गर्ने. So now this one, see, image अब क्लियर देखिरहेको छ है. यसैगरी this is an image on the left भनेर टेक्स्ट पनि देखिरहेको छ. So this way you can do. 50% को ठाउँमा मैले अब सिम्पली विथ मात्र राखेर मैले 400 पिक्सल भनेर मात्र पनि मैले राख्न सक्छु, which is fine है. क्लियरली देखिरहेको छ. मैले अलिकति जुम गरेर ब्राउजरमा देखाएको हुनाले. So Control plus and Control minus, this will do. So this is all about images. So which is quite easy working with the images. See, wherever it's possible to show images in your website, it's better you always put some relevant images. मैले चाहिँ अब यहाँ चाहिँ लेट्स से अब यो यसो इमेज हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ रेस्टुरेन्टसँग रिलेटेड, फुडसँग रिलेटेड जस्तो देखिन्छ. मेरो टेक्स्ट पनि अब त्यही किसिमको भयो भने राम्रो है. इमेज चाहिँ एउटा राख्ने, डिस्क्रिप्सन, इमेजको डिस्क्रिप्सन चाहिँ अर्को राख्ने भयो भने द्याट विल नट बी सच रेलेभेन्ट. सो देयर आर सो मेनी फ्याक्टर्स. मैले वेबसाइट चाहिँ राम्रो बनाउनुको लागि अथवा वेबसाइटको कन्टेन्टहरू मान्छेले हेरोस् भन्नको लागि मैले धेरै कुरा चाहिँ याद गर्नुपर्छ. इन दिस केस अहिले हामीले हेरिरहेको कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ इमेज र टेक्स्ट चाहिँ मेरो मिल्ने पनि हुनु पर्यो. इमेज मैले प्रोपोर्सनली पनि देखाउनु पर्यो है. अनि स्पेसेसहरू, ग्याप्सहरू मैले कसरी देखाउने त्यो कुरा पनि मैले राम्रोसँग चाहिँ प्रेजेन्ट गर्नुपर्छ. नेक्स्ट वान भनेको चाहिँ मैले देखाएको इमेजको कलर कम्बिनेसनको कुराहरू पनि आउँछ. ओके, सिमिलरली मैले यो इमेजलाई डिस्क्राइब गर्नको लागि चाहिँ कस्तो खालको हेडिङ मैले लेखिरहेको छु, कुन कलरमा मैले प्रेजेन्ट गर्न खोजिरहेको छु, द्याट अल्सो म्याटर. ओके, ओके, फ्रम इमेजेस है. जस्तै अब कहिलेकाहीँ कस्तो हुन्छ भने मलाई मैले इमेजेसहरू देखाउने, लिस्टहरू देखाउने, द्याट इज फाइन. तर कुनै डेटाहरू टेबुलर फर्मेटमा मैले देखाउनु पर्ने हुन्छ. सपोज मैले वर्डमै पनि टेबुलर फर्मेटमा बनाउनु पर्यो भनेदेखि चाहिँ मैले टेबल भन्ने नै युज गर्छु. टेबलभित्र मेरो रोज, कोलम्सहरू भन्दै मैले स्पेसिफाई गर्दै इच एन्ड एभ्री टेबल कोलम्समा चाहिँ मैले लेख्दै नै जान्छु. सिमिलरली त्यसै गरी मैले मेरो वेब पेजमा चाहिँ टेबुलर फर्मेटमा देखाउने, टेबललाई चाहिँ डिस्क्राइब क्याप्सन लेखेर चाहिँ डिस्क्राइब गर्ने, अथवा मेरो टेबलको हेडिङ चाहिँ यो हो भनेर मैले डिस्क्राइब गर्नको लागि चाहिँ वी ह्याभ अप्सन एज अ टेबल ट्याग. ओके, टेबल भन्ने मैले स्टार्ट गर्नु पर्यो, टेबल भनेर मैले चाहिँ क्लोज गर्नु पर्यो. सो त्यही टेबललाई मैले डिस्क्राइब गर्नको लागि चाहिँ क्याप्सन क्लोज गरेर त्यो टेबल, लेट्स से टेबल 1.1 and this is the name of the description for the table भनेर मैले लेख्न सक्छु. Similarly, other tags or the sub tags you can use within the table is tr tag, th tag and td. Td is for the table data. th भनेको चाहिँ टेबल हेडिङ भयो. बाई डिफल्ट th युज गर्दाखेरि त्यो डेटा चाहिँ अथवा मैले राखेको डेटा विदिन दिस th will be shown in bold र टेक्स्ट पनि अलाइन हुँदाखेरि सेन्टरमा चाहिँ अलाइन हुन्छ नेक्स्ट वान भनेको चाहिँ रो मैले चाहिँ एउटा रोमा डेटा कोलम्सहरु टीटी गर्दै चाहिँ राख्दै जाने लेट्स से मैले एउटा रो बनाए त्यो एउटा रो चाहिँ मेरो तीनवटा कोलमको छ भनेदेखि चाहिँ मैले टीटी चाहिँ तीनवटा चाहिँ लेख्नु पर्यो आफ्टर दैट फर्स्ट टेबल रो क्लोज मैले फेरि अर्को टीआर ओपन गर्नु पर्यो टीआर क्लोज नहुन्जेलसम्म त्यहाँ भित्र चाहिँ टीडी कतिवटा राख्ने मैले टीडी चाहिँ राख्दै चाहिँ स्पेसिफाई गर्दै चाहिँ जानु पर्यो सो दिस इज द कन्टेक्स्ट अब ओपन गर्ने क्लोज गर्ने पनि हामीले बुझ्दै गइराकै छौं है let's see with one example so in this case say मैले टेबल भनेर ट्याग चाहिँ ओपन गरे टेबल क्लोज मैले गरे border equals to 1 मैले टेबलमा चाहिँ कुनै लाइनले छुटियोस् भन्नको लागि टेबलको border equals to मैले 1 गरेर चाहिँ राखिदिए caption this is just for the description of the table मैले टेबल क्याप्सन भनेर राखिदिए then टेबल रो क्लोज छ या टेबल रो भित्र टीएच गरेर मैले राखे दिस मीन्स आई हैव टु हेडिङ 1 र हेडिङ 2 गरेर छ भन्नुको मतलब यो टेबल मैले चाहिँ दुईवटा कोलम हुने गरी चाहिँ बनाउँदै छु टेबल टीआर ओपन र क्लोज मैले जतिवटा भेट्छु त्यतिवटा रो चाहिँ छ दिस मीन्स यो एक्जाम्पलमा चाहिँ मेरो एउटा रो दुई तीनवटा भनेपछि 3 रोज बाइ 2 कोलमको मैले चाहिँ टेबल स्ट्रक्चर चाहिँ मैले प्रेजेन्ट गर्दै छु यो एक्जाम्पलबाट चाहिँ So border equals to 1 pixel भन्नुको मतलब मैले border पनि देखाउन सके so this is simple I think I should show this मैले चाहिँ यो लिए so for now टेबल चाहिँ चाहियो ओके मैले चाहिँ यो चाहिँ छुटाएँ मैले यो लेख्दै जाँदाखेरि कुन कहाँ भित्र पर्दो रहेछ त्यो कुरा मैले मिलाएँ भनेदेखि सजिलो हुन्छ मैले यहाँ क्यापिटल भनेर देखाए पनि अब बुझाउनुको लागि चाहिँ मैले क्यापिटल गरेको छु नट नेसेसरी यो कीवर्ड चाहिँ हो यो है ट्यागहरु चाहिँ मैले क्यापिटलमा लेख्नु जरुरी छैन this is within the table this is fine table row भनेको टेबल भित्रै नै पर्छ टीएच या एउटा चाहिँ हेडिङ मैले चाहिँ राख्नु पर्यो टीएच दुईवटा हेडिङ छ टीडी छ टीडी छ चाहिँ मैले अब यसरी मात्र बनाए भने के हुन्छ now let's say यो छैन ठीक छ टेबलको क्याप्सन पनि देखियो टेबल हेडिङ 1 टेबल हेडिङ 2 भनेर चाहिँ मलाई हेडिङ पनि देखियो म अब यसैमा चेन्ज गर्दै जान्छु है टीआर मैले चाहिँ अब सेकेन्ड रो को लागि चाहिँ मैले यसरी राखे सो नाउ दिस विल क्रिएट माय सेकेन्ड रो भित्र रो 1 कोलम 1 डेटा भनेर यसरी चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ देखाएँ सिमिलरली अरु चाहियो भने मैले यसै गरी राख्दै जान सक्छु so this is how I can create some very basic table with number of rows and columns अब मैले यसरी मात्र देखाउँदाखेरि पनि क्लियर छैन यो टेबलकै बोर्डरमै टेक्स्टहरु चाहिँ यसो छुन खोजेको जस्तो देखिरहेको छ this thing you can show with some additional attributes one is cell padding so this thing you need to understand है cell padding र cell spacing भन्ने छ डिफरेन्स के छ हेरौं पहिला मैले प्याडिङ युज गरे अब चाहिँ डेटा पनि मेरो क्लियरली देखिरहेको छ हैन त्यो डेटा र यो जुन बोर्डर्स यो सेलको वाल्सहरुको बोर्डर्समा चाहिँ अब स्पेस ग्यापहरु पनि देखिएको छ सो माइ डेटा इज मच मोर क्लियर इन्स्टेड अफ दिस मैले सेल प्याडिङको ठाउँमा चाहिँ सेल मैले चाहिँ अर्कै युज गरे स्पेसिङ युज गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ सी व्हाट इज द डिफरेन्स मैले डेटा जहिले पनि राम्रोसँग प्रेजेन्ट गर्नु छ भने चाहिँ प्याडिङ युज गर्नु चाहिँ बेस्ट भयो सेल स्पेसिङ भनेको चाहिँ यसले त बोर्डरकै बिचमा ग्याप ल्याइदियो कि एक्ज्याक्टली यो 1 पिक्सल त हामीले बोर्डर राखेको हो त्यो बोर्डरकै बिचमा चाहिँ सेल स्पेसिङ गर्न साथ अब यो झन् एउटा बक्स जस्तो चाहिँ देखियो है सो बेटर अलवेज प्रिफर सेल प्याडिङ rather than cell spacing मैले यसरी चाहिँ देखाउन सक्छु ओके सपोज मलाई चाहिँ अब कलर चेन्ज गर्न मन लाग्यो भने चाहिँ मैले यिनै पनि कलर चेन्ज गरेर लेट्स से रेड भनेर चाहिँ मैले राखेँ यसरी मैले राख्न सक्छु है त्यस्तै गरी अलाइन गरेँ मैले अलाइन गरेपछि सेन्टरमा गयो है मैले इन्डिभिजुअल रोमा पनि ब्याकग्राउन्ड कलर चाहिँ चेन्ज गर्न सक्छु जी कलर मैले चाहिँ सपोज अब यो एउटा रोलाई फर्स्ट रोलाई नै मैले ब्लू कलर बनाउने भनेर चाहिँ यसरी मैले राखेँ इन्डिभिजुअली मैले है यी भित्रकै कलरमा पनि मैले इन्डिभिजुअल कोलम अथवा सेलमा पनि मैले यसरी चाहिँ राख्न सक्छु इट्स फाइन है मैले अब यसरी बिजी कलर भनेर चाहिँ यसरी राख्न सक्छु सो दिस वे यु क्यान डिफाइन okay so these are the things that you can work with your tables while presenting your data in some tabular formats. So one more thing you can add, see, align we have already done, border it's included, cell spacing, cell padding, difference between this is understood. And width, मैले चाहिँ जस्तै टेबलको width चाहिँ कति राख्ने जस्तै 500 पिक्सल maybe 50% भनेर चाहिँ मैले राख्न सक्छु. So this will create, let's say मैले चाहिँ एक्जाम्पलमै गर्दिउँ for the border मैले यो कुरा after aligned गर्नु खोजेँ. So this is width, okay, width equals to let's say मैले 50% भनेर लिएँ. पेज को 50% ले चाहिँ अब अकुपाई चाहिँ गर्नु पर्यो है. अब यो त सेन्टरमा अलाइन छ, लेट्स से मैले सेन्टरमा अलाइन गरिन भनेदेखि यो पेज को चाहिँ 50% चाहिँ यसले स्पेस चाहिँ मलाई अकुपाई चाहिँ गर्नु पर्यो. सो दिस इज एक्ज्याक्टली 50% of your screen, right? So this is how you can present your table in your web pages. So cell spacing र cell padding को difference उसले देखाएको भयो है. Cell spacing equals to 10 मैले चाहिँ राख्दै हेर्छु अघि नै हामीले जसरी हेरौँ त्यसैगरी दुईवटा सेल बिचमै ग्याप देखिरहेको छ. सेल प्याडिङले चाहिँ मेरो बक्सको साइज ठुलो गरिरहेको छ तर वरपरको स्पेसेसहरू र डेटामा चाहिँ ग्याप देखिएको छ. सो दिस मिन्स मैले प्रेजेन्ट गर्दाखेरि डेटा चाहिँ मेरो क्लियरली चाहिँ भिजिबल हुन्छ. So next one, for the table elements, we have already observed this busy color. Similarly for other subtags, TR, TH, TD. TR for the table row, TH stands for the table heading, and TD stands for the table data. So this one, say, one more thing or the attribute you can use with your table rows is this one. Let's say for the TR, if you just write a line equals to left, your text will be aligned to left. Okay, if you just write align this to center, it will be aligned to center, and your text will be aligned to right like this. So for the possible values for the align will be left, center, and right. Similarly, v align, if you just want to vertically align your text, then you can just refer v align and its possible value as a top, middle, and bottom like this. Okay, so this is one of the example. Let me just try with our own example. See, for now, whichever you like. By default, okay. See, now your text is aligned to right. Let me just try this. Okay. this we need to resize. We need to resize the table size accordingly for the height. Okay, then only it will work. Or we can just try for this, or you can just specify this with an height, then it will be much more relevant. Instead of this width only, if you just manage to write this width and the height, let me check with this. Okay, now this is aligned to top. See, this one and this one. Your second, okay, third row you can refer. Okay, your third row or the last row, your data is aligned to top. You just show this to the bottom. Okay. Now your data is aligned to vertically aligned to bottom. So this is how you can show. I just managed to show you this. Right. Okay. Okay. Can you find one how you are getting this?
HTML ko hereko.
Let me find this. Okay.
Sunirachu. Kinna?
Where is this from? This code, say from here. Yeah,
that's Kata ho? Mobile ho ki laptop? Huh?
Hello. Okay. So this is how you can show. Either you can align your text content, whatever row content or the table data content, align to horizontally align. This default align is the horizontal align. If you just want to vertically align any of your text content, then you will be referring this V align. So this will do. Okay. Now it's done. Okay, your heading is aligned to right. So this is horizontal alignment. So this is your vertical alignment. So this is the thing that you can show with your table. So this is one more example with the table. Say the same thing, the similar table. If you just try to find one small changes here. See the contact number, the third column or the last column. If you just refer first to last column, the contact number. See. Below this, you have two other columns. So this two columns seems to be merged at the top for the contact number, right? So for this, you need to use a row span or whole span, something like this, okay? So in our case, see, what you need to do, TH heading, for the first row, you have a name. For the second one, you have address, okay? For the last one, whole span equals to 2, and this is the contact number. So just try with this, okay? Whole span. Whole span means column span. If you just want to merge the two, then you just need to use whole span, okay? For now, in this example, if you correctly want to see this example, this should be TSFS. This is okay. Only merge seems at the side of the column side. So whole span equals to 2. This will do. Okay. For the second row, you will have this TD. This 2 will be fine. But for the contact, you already have done whole span equals to 2. Now you need to count your column like this. You have one TH for the name, you have one TH for the address, and you have TH whole span equals to 2 means at the end for your data, you have all total 4 columns. Okay, this 2 stands for 2 headings, or the 2 data columns will be going to show on your below table rows. So TD, 4 TDs you need to show for your data. Similarly, for the another row, you just need to show 4 rows of data. So this is how you can conclude for the tables. So when you just think of table, you just need to remember some table headings, okay? Then table row, table column, then caption like this. Then last one, you can have additional for this table headings or the columns. You can use either row span or the col span. On which side you want to merge, you need to write col span for the column merge, and row span if you want to merge from the row side. Okay. So next important thing that you can observe in website or any of the web pages, let's say showing with some form to capture the user's input. So what you can find in any of the form, maybe text field, okay, maybe radio button, checkboxes, then drop downs, password field, or the text area like this. So these are some of the form control elements that you can present using the HTML forms. So this means you will be showing some GUI layout for your user so that they can input something, so that you can get those data for some processing purpose. So this is about the form. Okay, for the form you'll be using form as a tag and form fields. So generally you ask user for the information to your form, and that information you can process and send this to your server. So for the form parameters, you can have some other form elements. For form attributes, you can have method. The default method for the form will be get. And other way, you can also use method as post. Okay. Next, another attribute you can use action. Action means where you want to process your input data. Your action page you need to define. Okay. So for now, see, with just HTML form, you just present your form with some control elements in your web pages. With some other programming languages, maybe in our case, JavaScript. JavaScript can help you process those data for some validation purposes. In order to submit those data, you need to consider some server-side scripting languages, maybe PHP, ASP.NET like this. Those data you can process in your server-side and you can also save those data in your database table. So for now, just think with HTML form, you are just presenting your form controls to the pages for your user. Okay, these are some of the arguments or the parameters, or you can simply refer this as attributes for your form tag. Form, then action equals to URL or the page name where you want to process your form input data. Next, method is get and method is method as post. See, if you are using method as get, whatever data you input in your form, that will be visible in your page URL. This means, let's say your page is page1.html question mark, then control name equals to value like this. Okay, text box 1 equals to value 1. Similarly, text box 2 equals to value 2. Similarly, ready button 1 equals to whatever value you have chosen. So every those input data or selected data will be shown in your browser's URL with the method as get. So this means if you have a login form and if you are using method as get, this means you also type password in your login box. So whatever password you just type, if you just happen to use method as get, then your password will also be visible in your browser's URL. I think we do not want to show our password, right, in the browser. So in that case, better you use method as post. So there is also limitation with the get. Okay, you can only send a limit up to 255 characters in your browser's URL. So better if you just want to send more of your data, then you just need to manage and use this method as a post. So for now, we'll be just creating the HTML form. Okay, by default, whatever, if you do not specify method, then by default it will be kept. So within the form tag, we need to use some other sub tags. Let's say for the text field, we will be using input type equals to text. Similarly, other type can be checkbox, radio button, password, hidden, submit, wizard like this. Okay, these are some of the type for the input tags we can refer. On the basis of type, your controls, what you are showing in your page will be different. So this is simple. Text box means some text input field will be presented to the user. Text box means some check option. Let's say you might have some multiple hobbies. Maybe traveling might be your hobbies. Okay, then reading and then movies. Those can be your hobbies. And if you want to capture the user's multiple values, then you need to use this checkbox. Radio button, let's say if you want to show or your user or allow your user to choose, let's say gender can be male, female. So this thing you can present with your radio button. So next one is the password. Password means whatever you type, this should not be visible. Okay. So instead of text field, you better prefer the password as your type. Hidden means you do not want to show that control in your page, but you want to process those data values during submission, then you need to use a type as hidden. Similarly, submit button, if you want to show your button, okay, then wizard button, type as wizard. Simply just want to show a button, then simply button. If you want user to choose your file, want your user to upload the documents, then you can use file. Okay. There are so many other input tags that is offered with HTML5. That thing we will consider later on. Okay. For now, just let know about this basic control elements. So one more general thing when we just talk about this input, common attributes or the common arguments that you can have within this input tag. Let's say you want to name your text field, provide this as a name or let's say txt1, then you can refer this. Input type equals to text, then name equals to txt1. You can do like this. Similarly, if you want to show some value for your control elements, you can use value. Value equals to whatever text or whatever input value you just write. Then read only. If you do not want your values to be changed, then you can just write read only. This means now you are not allowed to type in that control element. Disable means you do not want user to do anything, then you can just write disable. Other arguments you can also define on the basis of the input tags. Okay, so this means on the basis of some selected input types, those may vary, but these are some of the common attributes or the common properties that you can use for the input form elements. For the text field, text input, you need to write as this: input type equals to text, name equals to txt1 or whatever name you like, then value equals to this pins. See, your text field will be shown like this. Okay, see, you are showing text field, name is this. Okay, value is whatever you have written is shown within your text field. Multi-line text field means, let's say you might have observed some those text fields where you can enter multiple lines of text, or let's say in your email, you have some text area, right, where you can write some number of lines of text. So this one we refer as the text area. Name is whatever you like. In this case, text message, columns 24 rows 2 means 2 rows and 24 lines of character, 24 numbers of character you can specify. Okay, this is how it looks. So this is default. When you just keep on typing, it keeps on resizing. Okay. Similarly, password field, type will be password, and name is whatever you like, and value secret. And whatever you type, it will be shown in this bullet symbols. Okay, categories of buttons. We can have submit as a button. Okay, type equals to submit. Name can be anything. In this case, submit, value submit. So this text actually, this submit text will be shown in the button. Similarly, for the reset, type is reset. Okay, name can be anything. Value equals to reset. But remember, whatever form control elements you are using, okay, whatever control elements you just show in your pages, remember this name should not be written twice. So this should be unique. For the plain button, input type equals to button, name equals to whatever you like, then value equals to some text value. Okay, so this is how it will be observed. So this is simple for the button. So for what purpose you will be using this submit button? When you actually want to send your data, then you can prefer this submit. Reset, if you want to reset or remove all those data values written in your form control elements, then reset is the option. Okay, simply button. If you just want to make some action with some scripting language, then just button will do. Checkbox. Your input type equals to checkbox. Okay, then name equals to whatever you like. Value is what value you like. Then checked is by default. If you just want to show this tick mark, then you can add this checked. So type, name, these are some of the attributes. Values is again another attribute. Okay. So you do not have text as such to show here. So radio button, this is also similar to the checkbox. The only difference is the checkbox allow multiple options to be selected, but radio button, this means you just allow one option at a time to select for that particular group. Let's say the name for this radio button should be same. Radio button, radio button. The name is same, value is different. Okay. So male, female, by default, we have mentioned this check for the female. This means the second radio button will be checked. So this means if you want to create this radio button in a particular group, then your name should be same. So this is how you can group your radio button. So radio button as such, see this one, this radio button, this male, female, this is your text. Okay. In similar context as such with text box and showing the value within the control, this is not allowed in this radio button. Only check this. Whenever you just select this, its value will be like this, my value too. And while clicking on the submit button, this value will be carried over. So drop down menu, if you just want to show some list of options with some drop down or select option like fashion, then you need to use this select as a tag. So this is something different. Instead of using input type, you will be using select, then name equals to this. Okay, name can be anything. Then option value equals to, let's say value 1, and this is just for the option or the text you want to show. So when you just select this red, okay, then the value it will carry will be this red value equals to red will be carried. Similarly, green, when you choose the value, green will be selected and it will be carried over while submission. So this is the way, 3 options you have presented, and these are the value when you just select. Okay, additionally, you can also present with the number of items visible in the list. Okay, as like this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, like this. By default, whatever you have chosen, the one that item will be shown to you. Multiple value, if you want to show, then you need to set it to true. Then any number of this selected will be shown to you. Okay, by default, it will be false. This means multiple is not allowed as default. So some hidden fields, if you just want to have hidden fields and do not want to show this in your web page, then input type as hidden you need to specify, and value you can specify. So name is your choice. So this thing, it is not visible in your web page. So again, say while doing some submission, this hidden field value will also be carried to your server. So this is the best way. If you do not want to show the value to the user, you can always prefer hidden. So programmatically, if you want to make some changes or process those values with your JavaScript, then it's again the best option to use the hidden fields. So this example, see, we have text field, we have radio button, 2 radio button option, we have 3 checkboxes. Okay, so to get this form, we need to start with the form. Then name can be anything, method equals to get, or you can simply just write form and ignore the name and method for now. Then say you want to show name as a text. Here we have a name, then you want text field, then input type equals to text, name equals to txt1 or whatever you like. Okay, then line break. So we finished with name and text box. Okay, then for the gender, radio button, we started as this gender, input type is radio, name is gender, value equals to M. The text you are showing, this male is this male text, female. Okay, after this control close, you have written the text as male and female. For both, the name is same, gender, gender. Similarly, for the hobbies, we just want to show this in checkbox. So input type equals to, there is one mistake. Okay, this input type should be checkbox. Okay, input type checkbox, name, let's say CHK sports, CHK traveling, like this, CHK movies, sports, value as sports, value as traveling, and value as this movies. It should be. Okay, when you click on the submit button, everything, whatever you input, it will be shown to the same page. If the method is get, your value you have typed will be shown in your browser URL. So this is how you can manage. Let me conclude showing the form. Let me remove this thing for now. So radio is fine. So this is your box. Okay. We already have line break, line break, line break. We'll make it readable. Is this is fine. Okay, this is your text field. This is your radio button. This is fine. See, if I just make the name different, so what will happen? See, I am allowed to choose both. So if you want to specify this as the same group, better refer as this. Okay. Now let's say, let me type AA like this. Then when I just submit, see, this is visible to me. So if I just change the method, C equals to post, when I just try to submit, see what is the change? Okay. Nothing is visible, see, in the browser's URL. So this is the difference with this get and post. So with this, we just conclude basic elements with the HTML. So anything so far you want to ask me?
सर हामीले त्यो HTML मा त्यो डेटा पोर्टको लागि त्यो क्यालेन्डर राख्छ नि त्यो चाहिँ कसरी राख्ने हो?
That is with HTML5. Input type मैले date भनेर स्पेसिफाई गर्न सक्छु हैन? Input type number भनेर मैले स्पेसिफाई गर्न सक्छु. So I think you can observe my screen, right? More references I will also provide you. So this session will help you understand better, or references I'll provide you with all these. So HTML5, okay. So this thing you can follow, no problem, okay. So this one we just follow for some other university. So let's say this one, okay. मैले अब basic कुरा थाहा पाउनु पर्ने कुराहरु मैले लगे यो भन्दा एडिशनल कुराहरु सी फर्म भित्र फिल्ड सेट लेजेन्ड भन्ने कुरा त त्यहाँ आकै छैन मैले प्रेजेन्ट गरेको स्लाइड्सहरुमा हैन. This way also you can add, है. मैले जस्तै अब लेभलहरु पनि यसै गरी थप्न सक्छु. So this one also we can discuss more on this on next session. So how many of you are beginner who haven't even touched HTML? त्यो पनि थाहा भयो भने मलाई चाहिँ सजिलो हुन्छ. मैले चाहिँ अब कोही बिगिनर होला, कोही चाहिँ अब कसैले गरिसकेको होला भन्ने एजुम्सनमा चाहिँ लगिरहेको छु.